Hey Junkie, welcome to my channel. Today I want to give you some updates on skincare that I probably have introduced or talked about on my channel, but I haven't spoken about in a while or haven't given you an update in a while. And some of these products I have not opened up, but I've had for over a year. So I just want to get into why that is. So this is a whole skincare update video. I did a whole video on makeup I haven't used on camera in a while. I generally don't use skincare on camera that often. I generally don't film like my daily skincare routine because it generally doesn't change too much, not too exciting. But for those of you that are into skincare, you might want to know like just some updated thoughts on things in my collection. Some of this stuff kind of goes into the body category and some of it is in the tool category, but we'll start off with more skincare focused categories, starting with mists and sprays, hydrating sprays, facial sprays, makeup setting type sprays. Let's get into that first. I think generally for me this isn't a category. I'm just reaching for my products off my shelf here. This isn't a category that I often use in general. Like I don't often use sprays. I don't bring them in my purse with me. I don't think about it during the work day when I'm at home, like, oh, I need to spray my face feels dry. I'm generally not thinking about my face unless I look in the mirror and something's wrong, or maybe I'm generally like really shiny. Now if I had dry patches or I just looked a little dull, that might encourage me to use a spray, but I generally just don't remember that I have them and I don't use them that often. But I have 4 here. So this one I've had a long time and I am halfway through, and I'm always surprised to find out that people just fly through this. I think the best thing about this is how fine the spray is. If you guys can't see, this is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. A lot of people like to use this as a makeup spray. That's how I've been using it. I keep it in my fridge. It's kind of cloudy right now. You shake it up. It does have this like light pink shade, but it does kind of separate. I'm sure this is past expiration. I have no idea. What's great about it is the Ultra Fine Mist. It does smell like watermelons pretty strongly. If you've ever tried Glow Recipe, they have a whole watermelon line. It smells good. I don't know how beneficial. I think I just sprayed my phone. I don't know how beneficial it is, but you know, it's pretty appealing. So I do like this. I just haven't used it. I don't set my makeup every day with this or anything like that. Another hydrating spray. Now this I think is intended for skin care. Like it's not really meant for makeup, but people use it that way. That's how I use it. This is intended for skincare. This is Jordan Samuel Hydrate the Mist. You can see I haven't used it that much, even though I've had it for a while. I think with this one, it's just too much. A lot thicker drops. It feels very much like water. It's very wet. Like if I was going to wet my hair, I could use this. But it has more than water in it. But I generally don't feel like it does a whole lot, but it has glycerin, hyaluronic acid, cucumber, like many of Jordan Samuel's products, they all have those ingredients. You know, this can be used at any time if you need a little bit of refresh, pick me up. I think it feels good if you're really hot to have something like this, but I just forget about it. I don't think about it. It's nothing wrong with it, except for the sprayer. It's a little bit crazy, but this is another one that I actually feel the hydrating benefits of a lot more. This is the Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator. This feels almost too moisturizing, I would say. Like you can actually, like, I know you can't see it, but to me, I feel the hydration a lot more, like instantly. This has a little bit of the lavender scent, which I do not love, but it feels pretty hydrating. So I think it does what it says it's supposed to do. I just don't know with sprays, like, oh yes, I feel hydrated, but does it evaporate right away? Does it really do anything? I don't know. I feel like creams and serums usually work a little bit better, but I understand you're already wearing makeup, maybe you have on all your skincare. You also want to think about, like, do these sprays affect your sunscreen coverage? All that good stuff. This is another one that I know a lot of people are like, why do they sell things like this? This is a thermal spring water. So this doesn't really have any skincare in it. It's just water, but it's like treated water, if you know what I mean. It's like cleaner, I think. But this is from Avene. Thermal. I think this is a fairly popular product. This is a little one, but it has a really fine aerosol mist, but it's pretty wet, so not as thin as the Glow Recipe. I think if you're feeling hot, if it makes sense, but putting water on the skin, I don't know that it actually does that much for your skin in terms of hydrating it, especially just water, which is all that this is, really. But I know a lot of people talk about the benefits of things like this. I personally don't really get it. It says soothing and softening. Maybe it does that. Maybe it just kind of reactivates the skincare on your skin. Who knows? But these are the things, like, I have a ton of product. Let's get into serums now. This is a category that I really enjoy and I tend to fly through. But there are some serums that I just haven't. This one I've had for a while now, I think beyond the expiration date, which is probably 6 months. But this is the Biologique Recherche Complex Herbal, and this is for acne and congestion and all that good stuff. So what I have noticed about this, I was using this for acne around my chin and hoping that it would clear things up. I found this really slow acting, so I just forget about it and don't reach for it, and that's why there's this much left. It's a very runny texture. I think it helps somewhat, but just not as quickly as I want it to when you have like an active breakout. I think it's for more preventative use, but it's pretty, you can feel it drying your skin out. It's not like super dry, but it's not something I would want to put on my face all over every day to prevent breakouts. So it's one of those serums that I just isn't souped up enough for me to just use as like a targeted treatment. So I feel like I have to use it all the time, but I don't like the effects of it. It's just one of those things. And also it's pretty costly for something to work slowly. But some people like a slow, gentle pace with their skincare. That's totally fine. I'm not as consistent with my skincare like that, where I use exactly the same things every day. For the most part I do, but sometimes I like to change it up. Another serum that is for acne that I just don't use a lot, but I probably could use a little bit more. I use this week. This is the Rilot Anti-Bump Serum. This is a targeted acne treatment. It's clear. Actually, a lot comes out with a pump. You guys can see that. So I just like dry skin after washing, put it on my chin. It's almost a little bit too runny for a treatment because you can just easily like spread it all over the place. It's kind of like a medical smell, doesn't have a fragrance to it, which is fine. I just kind of forget about it, that it exists in my collection for whatever reason. I think it's because it's not something I use every day, and then when I do get acne, it's like, oh, I probably should have put that on like 2 days ago. So that's kind of the issue I have with it, is like, it works, but I feel like I need to use it multiple days in a row. It's not like I can use it once and it just fixes everything. Like, I have to use it like 2 to 3 times in a row to get it to go, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. I just consistency issues with me. Let's get into exfoliating type lotion products. Now these are liquidy lotions, and these all pretty much do the same thing, except they are, I think they're actually kind of dupes for each other, or that's what I heard. So lotion P50V 1970, this is from Balms. This is like the one of, so there's many versions of P50. This is an exfoliating lotion. This one is still too strong for me, so I backed off using it. I haven't used it in a long time. I'm actually using a different exfoliator right now from Deviant. So I haven't used it in a while, and I have used like this much. It's just really strong. And even for me, like I started out higher, so I'm just gradually going down. I think it's not a bad price. I think it's over $100, but for, you know, this kind of salon or for this like spa brand, it's not horribly priced. I mean, there's other lotions out there that have similar costs. I'm probably not going to finish this by the 12-month mark, and I probably have already gone over that. I mean, that says something. If I'm not using a product all the way, I think that says something. Mostly that I just don't want to get irritated. Another exfoliator that I have used a couple bottles of this before, Drunk Elephant TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. This is 12% AHA BHA blend, an ounce. I actually have enjoyed this in the past. I got this as a gift. I don't know if it was in 2020 or 2019. I've had this for some time and I have not opened it. It's pretty strong, so you don't want to just go in and use it every single day. I would just start with once a week and see how it goes. I think it's fairly expensive though for what it is. I mean, this has got like all different types of exfoliators in it. Lactic acid, phenol, vinegar, niacinamide, salicylic acid. So it's got more of a powerhouse combination of ingredients, so people like that. This one I feel like is less complex, but I still think effective. It's less money than the Biologique Recherche, but you get less product, and it's a different formula. It's a serum. I don't know. I feel like this is what, 90 something or maybe 80. And I feel like with the Ordinary now, like you can get a pretty good exfoliator for much less. So I don't know that this product's really necessary, and probably why I'm not reaching for it. Also, I just go through exfoliators really slowly in general, just because I don't use them all much. I don't even use them once a week, many times. Just because I feel like my skin can't handle it. But that's probably why I continue to have congestion. So it's just always a battle with me. This next one is from Tarte. This is the Knockout Tingling Treatment. This has been around a while. I believe I got it because it's supposed to be a dupe for P50, and it's to exfoliate, balance, minimize the appearance of pores. 10% acid complex, salicylic and lactic acid. I don't know that I've even tried this. I never opened it. I don't think. Let's see what this is like. Yeah, never been opened. So I can't tell you if it works, how similar it is to P50, but I bought it, never opened it up. I don't do that often, believe it or not, but with skincare you kind of have to wait until you're ready to open things up, especially expensive products, unless, you know, you're just testing out for YouTube. Sometimes that happens with me. Yeah, with this one, I just never opened it up along with the Drunk Elephant, and I think it's just because, like, well, I have this open, gotta finish this up. So, I mean, it's just gonna take me forever to get through all of these. I forgot a serum, so this is the Typology. This is a recent purchase for me. but for whatever reason I just haven't been reaching for it. This is for dark circles and puffy eyes. Really runny serum. It's got caffeine, niacinamide in it, and I just think it's, I mean, I've gone through a little bit of it. I just think it's too watery and too runny of a texture that I'm sure I kind of see it working, but I just wish there's a little bit more of a hydrating feeling to it as well as depuffing. I just want a little bit more from it. So maybe I would like a little bit more of a complex formula from this guy, but it helps with depuffing for sure. Alright, so we went into our the lotions and the serums. Now, I don't have a lot of creams that I haven't regularly talked about or don't use, so these are kind of like, so this next cream is a sample, and I thought I would like it more, and I don't know if I've ever really talked about it, but I'm sure some of you are curious. This is the Charlotte's Magic Cream little sample here. And I think this is trying to be like La Mer. Now, I've tried a little sample of La Mer's like moisturizing cream. It's very thick. I'm not really a fan of that texture, but I don't know that I've tried the soft cream. I'm sure I imagine that would be better. But this is actually fairly thick, just like the La Mer. This is a little bit softer. You don't have to warm it up with your hands as much. But this feels just kind of like a greasy layer. And it's got not really a scent to it, but you can tell like, oh, this is kind of, I don't know, it's like a cold cream, just a little bit on the thicker side. I'm sure it acts as a pretty good primer, but I'm just not a fan of the formula. I just think it's kind of odd and a little bit, not waxy, but I expect most creams to be a little bit wetter than this. So I don't know, it's different. This is a lip sleeping mask from Laneige. A lot of people, I'm sure, have tried this at one point in their lives. This is sweet candy. I love the taste, smell of this. I just don't find myself reaching for it. And it's got this little spatula. I like the way it feels on my lips as I'm wearing it. And it feels really lush. That's too much, but you only need like a little bit. So, you know, I've had this for a while. You don't need a lot. And it feels really lush while it's on your lips. But once it comes off, I don't know that it does much for my lips in terms of like hydration or removing flakes or anything like that. It's supposed to leave lips soft and smooth. Yeah, I don't know that I notice a difference after I wear this. I know other people have commented the same thing. It's kind of nice though. I mean, if you just want to avoid snacking on candy, I would recommend a lip balm like this. But it's a very temporary sort of feeling. But it's kind of cute packaging. It's not bad. I just don't reach for it a lot. And I think it's also, I don't like sticking something in there. I'd rather have a better application system. Alright, speaking of lips, here's another lip balm. This is the Glossier one. You guys can see rosebalm.com Skin Solve. So this is, doesn't have to be a lip balm. You can use it really anywhere. This has like a slight pink tint to it. I think this is basically Vaseline, which, you know, most Skin Solves are. There's other brands of Skin Solves out there, but like Rosebud has one that I've used before. If you like this kind of thing, it's nice that's in a tube. I don't love it because it gets really gross around the cap, around here. It's not cute. It gets real sticky and then it's in your purse and I don't know. I'm just maybe not a fan of like how sticky it is. And yes, it's portable. I think I'd rather have something like this in a pot almost. I don't know. See, like I'm contradicting myself. But if you're going to use it as a skin salve, like this looks like a lip balm, but it's probably meant for like healing cuts and burns and things. I think that's probably the best use for it than like putting it on your lips. It doesn't really do much for me. Alright, let's get into some other stuff, some more body care and tools. I have a neck cream, so we're getting a different part of the body a little bit. So this is from Strivectin, and the label is definitely worn off. I think I got this at Costco. This is the Advanced Tightening Cream Plus. I don't know the full name of it anymore. This is how much I've used, which means I have way more to go, like way more to go. And I think, I don't know, I just have problems dipping into a cream like this and putting it on my neck every night. I don't know why. Maybe it's just an extra step that I just don't want to do. It's a little bit thick. I think the texture of it kind of makes me a little bit not want to use it. It's I guess maybe what you expect from a neck cream, but it's a little bit overwhelming. And this is like over $100, so I don't know why I didn't really use it that much, and why I didn't really like it, other than like the texture's a little bit weird. It doesn't smell great. It's not bad, just not great. I don't know. Maybe I felt like it wasn't doing anything. I expect a lot from my skincare really quickly sometimes. It doesn't mean that this product is bad by any means. I'm just letting you know. I haven't been using it religiously or anything like that. Another body product that isn't bad, I just forget to use, especially before I'm about to do a manicure and pedicure. This KB Shimmer Sugar Scrub. The scent isn't my favorite. It's raspberry. I think it could have been a little bit better. The texture is okay. I think it could have been a little bit less thick and scrubby, maybe finer granules. I just totally forget that I even have this, always forget to use it. This body butter, this is like I use it as a hand cream. I think I was kind of disappointed once I got it. The scent isn't my favorite, but the texture is like way too thick, and it pills on your skin really easily. So even though I had it like beside my bed, I don't know, I just didn't reach for it and didn't use it. Isn't that weird? I'm sure you guys buy stuff and you're like, in theory I like it, but in practice I don't use it. So this is one of those lotions that I'm like, could be better. Get into eyelashes, eyebrows, and then I have a couple tools to talk about. Rapid Brow, Rapid Lash. I think I used these really consistently when I first got them, and I have like a bunch of backups, so I should be using these. These worked pretty well. The eyebrows I noticed more than the eyelashes. The problem with these products, you have to continuously use them like pretty much every day. I know after a while you can have like a maintenance period where you use less, but I just like totally forget about them. So my eyebrows and eyelashes don't look the way they do when I first started using these. It does take a while to notice results, and I think that's probably another factor. It's just like exercise. You got to continuously do it, and you can't expect immediate results, and then you just got to keep going. And then maybe one day you'll see something. That's just kind of how it works with those. They're not bad products. I don't think I saw much of a huge improvement with the lashes in terms of length for me. I have like nothing lashes, so I guess I can't expect miracles. Alright, the tools. New Face. I believe this is like the standard one, not the one you can have a lot of attachments with. So again, used it a lot when I first got it. The whole like neck thing, face thing. This takes more than 5 minutes, and you're supposed to use it pretty much every day. Again, there's a maintenance period when you can use it less. But I just don't find the time to use it. I know that I should, because I spent, this is not cheap. You have to buy the gel. I have plenty of gel to use. I don't know. I just couldn't get into the routine of using it every night. It's just, it also, for me, my skin is sensitive where I did feel it. Even with the gel, like certain spots on my face, like I can feel the tingling. So it wasn't like, oh, this is just so pleasant to use, you don't feel anything at all. I feel stuff, even with the gel. So that's another reason probably why I'm like, I don't want to do this. But did I see results? I don't think I used it long enough to tell you one way or the other. But I know that, of course, if you stop using something, those results are going to go away. Here is some other tools that I love, but I just don't find the time to use. These are the cryo sticks from Biologique Recherche. They're like little golf clubs for, massaging your face, cooling your face. I just leave them in the fridge and I just forget they exist, so I don't use them, but they're really lovely. I know other brands make similar things. If you can find something out there that is cheaper, I would go for that. I don't know that the shape is really that special, but it does feel really good. I just haven't used them that much this summer, even though I said, yeah, these are great for the summer. You just have to be realistic with, like, do you like routines? Do you like doing like a whole masking thing all the time? Is this something that you're really going to use that often? Lots of things to think about when you're buying expensive tools like this. Like, yes, I want the results, but am I really going to use it? Am I going to have the discipline to use this every night, or enough to make this product worth it? Lots to think about. Alright, that kind of wraps up my skincare updates. If there's any products that you've seen me use before that you're wondering what are my thoughts about now, please comment below. If you like this video, click the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.